Welcome everyone to our virtual education series. We are celebrating International Dance Day, which was last Friday, but today is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. We are the Bridge Dance Project Atlanta chapter. The Bridge Dance Project is a grassroots network supporting the whole person health and wellness of competition and commercial dancers and teachers, providing current dance medicine and science information. Our mission is to build bridges between the competition and commercial dance community and the dance medicine and science community by providing easily accessible, readily applicable, and personally empowering information. If you are in the Atlanta area and you would like to host a free workshop or join our chapter, please email us at thebridgedanceatl@gmail.com. If you are outside of the Atlanta area and you want to join or start a chapter or just kind of figure out, what's in your area, please visit thebridgedanceproject.com. We have Karen Wells here with us today. We are super excited to have her. I'll go ahead and let her introduce herself with all of her expertise. She's very well known in the Atlanta area and the Atlanta dance community. So please welcome Karen.
Thank you so much, Melissa. I appreciate that. My name is Karen Wells. I have a degree in dance and athletic training. I have been dancing over 40 years. I just celebrated my 66th birthday. And if you take really good care of yourself in your dance world and in your fitness world, you could be in great shape like me. So I appreciate you coming tonight and sharing your time with us. We will be doing myofascial release work. And I hope you have a tennis ball. If people that are on the Zoom, if you could turn your cameras on so I can see you, that would be awesome. And if you don't want to, you're shy, that's okay too. I would like for everybody to put into the chat where you're coming from so we can see. I know that some of my friends are going to be in California and some in Atlanta and some in New York. So if you could type a little something, that would be great. Then it lets me know it's not just a beautiful name there, but also a person behind there. And how are you feeling tonight? And all my friends all over the world, you could type wherever you're watching me and let me know where are you from and how are you feeling? How's your body feel? We're going to start by standing up. So we're just going to get right into rock and rolling. And if you have your tennis balls or some kind of ball, go ahead and hold on to them because we're going to use them in just a minute. But first we want to assess and see how we are before we get going. So we want to see where we're starting from. So take your feet and put them right under your hips. So just to take your fingers and go shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, toes, and see if those are lined up. And if you're in a space that has a wood floor, you can look down at the floor and see if you can find a line and line your big toes up with that line. So that we call this parallel. And if you're a dancer, that's great. And if you're not a dancer, that's great too, because everybody, hopefully that's on here has feet. So we would just like for you to line your legs up. And again, this is called parallel. We're going to roll down, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, send your chin to your chest. Let your arms just hang and roll down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just notice how far you go. Notice how it feels. Take your weight all the way on your heels. And then come back center. Take your weight forward all the way on your toes of all your feet. Then come back center and see if you can find the weight that's even on your feet. Just kind of notice where your weight is. It might be rolled in, it might be rolled out. Just kind of notice everything is good. Nothing is correct or not correct. It's all good. Then the knees and roll up 5, 4, 3, 2. When you get to 1, look forward. Try not to adjust anything. Just look forward. There we go. Good. So here we go. So notice where we started. And go ahead and get your tennis ball. Melissa's going to go get hers. Everybody go get yours or some kind of a ball. And we're going to put it under let's start with the right. So let's put it under your right foot. You're going to come to the front of your foot. And you're just going to go from the big toe across to the baby toe on the ball of your foot. So, in ballet, the ball of your foot would be up here as if you had on a high heel. Go a little back and forth from the big toe across to the baby toe, from the big toe across the baby toe, from the big toe. Even though I'm saying toes, I mean ball of foot. Good. And just come a little bit back and forth. So we haven't gotten to the arch yet. We're still just on the ball of the foot. Now just stop for 1 second. Lift your right leg up. Take your left hand, put it on your left glute, and squeeze your hand and squeeze your glute. Notice if that made your thigh and your core area here engage. Yes or yes? Now, just for the heck of it, let your butt go. And notice what happens. Squeeze your butt. And notice what happens. Did this lengthen? Did your psoas connect? Yes or yes? So, when we're dancing, a lot of the time we're on one leg, right? So we want to get our core muscles here, the pelvic floor, the diaphragm, all the abdominal muscles, and your multifidus. We want to get them all engaged. And if we kind of think about our rotator muscles back here, scooping around and coming up and squeezing the butt just a teeny bit, that'll help line you up. So come back down and go into your arch. Press into your arch and then come back. Press and then come back. Press and hold and go a little side to side. Welcome, Sylvia. Welcome, is it Beatrice and Emilia and Dana? Thank you for joining us. And of course, Melissa. And then come back and forth. And then I want you to take your heel and put it right on the your tennis ball and press and release. Press and release. Press and release. Now press and hold. Put your toes on the floor. Take your hands here. So in class how we talk about, well, at least when I'm in class or I'm teaching or my teachers were teaching, this would be your headlights, right? So you want to keep your headlights forward and you want to get the femur moving in the hip socket, the ball and joint area. So this no move, right? No. This yes. So we're separating. You've got a big bone here, your femur bone, and it goes right into the joint. So we're hydrating, putting more synovial fluid in your hip socket, and we're moving this area. And we're also getting stronger on our left glute. Pick your right foot up again, and notice if you feel a little bit more stable, yes or yes. Then come on down. Then put the ball under the ball of your foot. So all legs are straight. So think of this leg as your tree trunk, and the leg that's going to rotate in and out as your baseball. So all legs are straight. That means your quad muscle needs to engage. Both butt muscles, both glutes, well, got a lot of muscles in your glutes, but both glutes are engaged. Does that make sense? Give me a little thumbs up if you can on your computer, or send something in the chat. You feel this, you don't feel this. Yay, thank you, Melissa. And then draw a line from your big toe all the way down to your heel, from the middle of your foot all the way down to your heel, from the outside of your foot all the way down. We're going to do it again. Middle, big toe, middle, baby, middle, big toe. Then see if you can make a V, side and side and side and side. Good. And quick. And then come on off and see if you have a place in your room that's not on a mat, like a wood floor or something that's flat, that isn't going to give you feedback. And then close your eyes. And take your mind's eye to your right foot, if that's the foot you massaged first. And notice your foot, your ankle, your knee, your thigh, your hip. And then come over to your other foot. Notice for me, it's my left foot, ankle, knee, thigh, hip. And just notice if you have any different feelings from how much of your foot is on the floor on the right side that you had your ball on, or the left side that you didn't have your ball on. Take a nice deep breath in. We're going to roll down again. Inhale. Exhale, chin to the chest, and roll down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake the head no, and shake the head yes. And just notice if you feel different on the right side and the left side. Bend the knees and roll up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So did you feel anything different? Melissa, I know that you did it and I can see you. Can you share with us if you felt anything different?
Wait, me?
Yes.
Yeah, it felt like when we closed our eyes, it felt like my right leg was longer and that my right foot was more like lower, like more connected with the earth. Yeah, it was
More
cool.
stable,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's great. Awesome. All right. If anybody else has any feelings that are going on, please write it in the chat. It would be really helpful because what this does, hey, Nancy, what this does, hey, Janie, is to get the nervous system and the muscular system and the connective tissue, all three, hey, to come together in one. I tell my students, I teach at Georgia Tech University. It's like your brain is over here in California and your muscles are over here in Miami and your connective tissue is up in New York. We want to bring them all together so everything is lined up. So that's what we do when we assess and then we work and then we feel. Does that make sense? All right, so let's do the other side. Let's even you up. So take the ball, put it under your left foot or your other foot, depending on how you started, and give me a little back and forth. Back and forth. Good. And just for the heck of it, think about zipping up the zipper, top of the head to the ceiling, navel to the spine, tailbone reaching down. And we're going from the big toe across to the baby toe, to the other foot, from the big toe across to the baby toe. And if you can let your arms relax and just let them hang, that'll get the tension out of the shoulders. And actually, let's shake our hands for a second. Just shake it out. It's been a long day. Yeah? Good. And just let it go. Good. And then come onto the arch of your foot. Press and then come up. Press and then come up. Now you're going to press and hold, and you're going to go side to side. So take your hand on the inside of your left leg or whatever leg your ball is under and see if you feel those adductors working. Yes? If so, give me a little thumbs up or in the chat. Yes, I feel my inner thighs. So those adductor muscles get lax, for lack of a better word, because we don't use them. So we want to use them. So we're doing a lot of things right now. Put your hand on your right butt, lift your butt cheek. Put on your right butt cheek. Don't lift, well, actually, you could lift your butt cheek up, and then take your left foot off. Notice your balance, and let your butt go. Notice what happens. Now squeeze the butt. Think about the tailbone going down to the floor, and your right sits bones going down to your right ankle, or whatever leg you're standing on. I think that did engage a lot more of your muscles, yes or yes? And then come on down. And then come from the toes to the front of the heel, a little back and forth. Mm-hmm. Good. Good. It should feel yummy, yes? So I start all my classes with foot massage. So we have reflexology on the bottom of your feet, all your nerve endings relate to your organs. And then we have myofascial lines from your feet that go all the way up to your skull, from your skull all the way back down. Good, then come onto the heel and press. So we're hydrating, we're reconnecting, we're massaging, we're focusing, we're creating better balance, which is so important because people fall all the time. And as dancers, that's why we dance, so we can be less clumsy. I don't know about you, but that's why I danced. Put the toes on the floor and rotate. Zip up the zipper. Remember your headlights, stay forward. So now we're hydrating the synovial fluid. It's like the Tin Man, and we're oiling the joint there. Good. Good job. And go ahead and put the ball on the ball of your foot. Now remember, this leg that has the ball under it, that's your baseball bat. It's rotating in and out. And then this leg is your tree trunk, like an oak tree, and it's nice and solid. So actually this weekend, I'm going to be doing a Melt for the Dancer workshop, which I do for a lot of different companies and universities, dance majors throughout the country. And we'll be doing this kind of work. But I'll also be doing the melt work, come from the big toe all the way down. So I'm a melt method instructor from 2005. And we use rollers, balls, bands, and work the myofascial system, the core, flexibility, strength. So I'll be doing that with dancers that are, I think, 12 to 18. So that'll be fun on Saturday. Good. And then come on off, just for the fun of it. Go ahead and come on your right foot for a second and come a little back and forth. Good. And then come on off and go back to your spot that's even, that doesn't have any mat on it. And close your eyes again. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale and float your head to the ceiling. Take your mind's eye to your left foot, ankle, knee, thigh. Now see if you can even take it up to your hip. Come over to your right foot, ankle, calf, knee, thigh, hip. And then take your mind's eye all the way up to the top of your skull and think about wearing a crown, and the crown reaching all the way up to the ceiling, and it turns into a helium balloon. So your head is a helium balloon and it goes all the way up to the sky. And notice if your posture just got a little bit longer. Your spine maybe got a little bit longer and maybe you got a little taller. We're going to roll down. Here we go. Breathe in. Exhale, chin to the chest and roll down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just notice if it's a little easier to roll down. Let's do the same thing we did at the very beginning. Send your weight to your heels. Let the toes come up a little bit. Send your weight to the ball of your feet. Let your heels come up a little bit. And see, without even thinking about it, actually you're thinking about it. The minute somebody says don't do something, we're going to obviously do it. But just see if you can find the space where you're on both your feet evenly, the front of the foot and the back of the foot. And then bend the knees, breathe in. Exhale, roll up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just notice how you feel. So if you can put something in, Dana feels amazing. If you can put a little chat in here, just give me maybe one word how you feel. Anything. You might feel energized, you might feel sleepy, you might feel nothing. I don't know. I'd like for you to share. Grounded. Oh, very good. Grounded is amazing, right? Relaxed. Good. The fascia work is very relaxing because we're actually massaging the nervous system, if that makes sense. We are putting a blanket of relaxation through the area of your nervous system and the tension that we carry. A lot of it can be, in that we call it erasing the stuck stress. So we're erasing that stuck stress. Yeah, it's a good feeling. Good. Okay, so let's just do a little movement for a second. Let's just kind of see how we feel. Arms are going to go up. Breathe in. Exhale, open the arms to the side of the room. Clasp the hands together and zip up the front of the body. And push the hands away and send your belly to the back and your back to the back of the room. And inhale up. Nice stretch. Exhale, open. Clasp the hands together, zip up the zippers if you have a zipper up the front of the torso. And then push away from you, arms away, and then come up. And drop the arms. Good. Let's go ahead and sit down. And take your 2 tennis balls with you. And you're going to lift one leg up. Take your hands and hold your hands up. Don't hold on here. Take your hands up. Lift, lift. Just notice if one leg feels different than the other or if they both feel the same. All right, your right leg. I always like to start on the right. That way, when my client goes, well, I think we already did the left. I'm like, no, we started on the right. That way I have a system. It's always important to have a system that works. Yes? All righty, so here we go. And the song that goes with this is giddy up, bum, bum, giddy up, bum, bum, giddy up. Make it really loud. Giddy up, bum, bum, giddy up, bum, bum. And then bend your knee. You're going to take still 2 balls. And this rhythm is boom, boom. I'm going in between my balls, my tennis balls are going on the sides of my calf and the sides of my ankle and Achilles. And the tune is boom, 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 boom. And I always tell my students The reason why I'm giving you these silly tunes is so your brain will remember what to do when you're not with me. Hey, Lynn. And you will hopefully be able to do some of this when you're not with me. All right, we're going to come under the hamstring and we're going back to giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, bum, bum. And if you don't have tennis balls, you can always just use your fist, right? So I originally started doing this with Eric Franklin back in 1996 or 93. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. And we didn't have balls, so we used our fists. All right, good. Take that out. So this is Show Me the Money, rub your hands together. So the Derby is this weekend, and that's where my family's from. So you're going to take your hands right here, the back of your knee, those tendons. You're going to rub back there. So I'm rubbing the back of the knee and pretend like you have a necklace. So show off your necklace. Good. Then cross this over. And you're going to take your hand on top of your toes, pull your toes towards you, and then away. Pull them towards you. And then away, then knock on the ball of the foot, rub on the arch, knock on the heel. Take your thumbs up and take your thumbs on the ball of your foot where your big toe and baby toe is and twist, twist, twist. This is for jumping, walking, running. Press on your calves, smash, smash, smash. And then take the arms out. You're going to put one arm under your knee. So this is called rock the baby, and the other one under your heel. And I made this up when I used to teach 2.5 through 7-year-olds. We would do this, and of course my college students that I would be teaching at Georgia State University or at Georgia Tech, it's still called rock the baby. Then put the toes down, show me your necklace, hug your knee, take your right arm front, breathe in, exhale and twist around, look over the shoulder. So when you put your seatbelt on, this is a good movement that we need to remember to do. And come back, change hands, breathe in, exhale, reach around, look over your shoulder, look at your neck over your shoulder, move through your spine, and come back to the front. Good. Take this leg straight, take the ball under your right glute. I have to tuck in my shirt back here. Take 2 hands back and take your right leg up. Then bring it halfway down, bend your elbows, and come back and forth. So now we're weight training, and we are releasing tension, and I call it the rocks that are in our butt. So we're breaking those rocks up so the water can go through the river and then rotate out. And you might hear the thumpity thump. So the first time my Georgia Tech students start doing this, they're like running and grueling, and they're happy about it. But by the end of the semester, they're like, oh, Miss Wells, we love this. Take 2 feet together. Knees are going to go towards whatever side the ball is under and do a circle. Breathe in. Exhale, try not to hold your breath. And then come on off. Take your ball in your hand and lift, lift. And go ahead and come onto all fours, tuck your toes, lift up to downward dog. Walk your feet forward, hands on thighs, roll up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do that movement we did earlier. Arms are going to reach out and up. Breathe in. Exhale, open. Inhale, zip. Exhale, press forward. Inhale, up. Now stay here and let the arms come apart and drop the right arm and bring it back up. And drop the left arm and bring it back up. Let's do it one more time. See if you notice the difference between the 2 sides. Drop right. That's the side we worked on. We didn't touch our arms. And drop left. And come back up and arms down. And put in the chat if you feel any different between the right side and the left side, your right arm and your left arm, or do they both feel the same? Your right side and your left side, or do they both feel the same? Let me know. Do you feel any difference? Or they both feel the same? I don't know. It's your body. Make a quick comment. Big differences. Yay, Dana. Thank you. Good. Okay. Let's do the other side. Sit down. Legs are straight. And lift. Lift. And let's play the drums on the other side. Whatever your other side is. For me, it's my left side. Good. And can you hear how loud my ball is? Yes or yes?
Yeah.
Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. So you want to make sure my wrists are like this versus holding my hand, because we don't want to build tension anywhere. And we're actually, there's a lot going on when we're doing this. We're actually coming on the sides of the calf, using the shoulders as well as the whole arm, the spine. There's a lot that goes into this, even though we just think we're just banging. And it's boom, 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 boom. Come into the hamstring. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, bum, bum, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, bum, bum, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, bum, bum, giddy up, bum, bum. Do the calves one more time, and then come on off. Show me the money with the fingers. Come under the knee. Rub those tendons. Rub, rub, rub. I read this in a book years ago. These tendons get tight, which is why a lot of people can't straighten their legs. And see, I can straighten my leg, even though I'm very bow-legged. And just rubbing this area helps to get the nutrition of the fluids through there. So it'll help you with your leaps and your battements and your tendus, crossover, in your dance world to have longer legs. Take your hand on top and pull the toes towards you and then away, towards you and away, towards you. Take your other hand on top, knock, knock on the ball of the foot, rub, rub on the arch, knock, knock on the heel. Then take the thumbs up, follow your foot on your big toe and your baby toe, right where the ball is, and do a little twist, twist, twist. And if you look at your foot, you'll see all those wrinkles going back and forth and back and forth. We have the most bones in our hands and our feet, so we have little intrinsic muscles that hold those together. Press on the calf and smash. So those are getting hydrated and allowing more space to get created in the foot. So that gives you the wider foot. And that's why when we massaged it, you felt more grounded, because the water's going through there and letting the bones have their own space instead of the next door neighbor moving into their spot. Take the arms out, come underneath, rock the baby. Make sure you're holding onto the head and shoulders are level. Good job. And then put the foot on the floor. Show me, pull your hands to your knees so your knee is pulling in, and show off your necklace. Right arm in front, breathe in. Exhale, cut the air, look over the shoulder, spiral twist, breathe in. Exhale, back to the front, change hands, breathe in. Exhale, twist, look over the shoulder. Stay there, breathe in. Exhale, back to the front. Straighten the leg out. We're going to go under the glute again. So now it's the other glute. Put it under your glute. Take two hands back. Make sure your other ball is out of the way. Straighten the leg that the ball is under. Bend your elbows. The more you bend your elbows, the more weightlifting you're doing, the stronger your arms are going to be. Take your left foot in front and go forward and back. Then we got to make sure that your leg is off the floor, your left leg or whatever leg the ball is under. Then rotate out from the femur so you feel the little thumpity thump. I took ballet virtually before this, and I can feel my glutes. And I did bicycle for 40 minutes, spin, and did some weightlifting. Bend the knees and give me a circle. So if nothing else, if you just take your ball and rub your feet, put it on your feet in the morning in the bathroom, like when you're brushing your teeth and doing your hair, that'll help you hydrate during the day and help get you centered and grounded. Take this out. Two hands, two balls, lift, lift. Let's go ahead and come onto all fours. Tuck the toes, send the hips straight up. Walk the feet up to the hands, bend the knees, roll out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a nice deep breath. Then we're going to do that same motion again. Inhale. Hands come together. Exhale, arms reach out to the side. Clasp together. Zip up the zipper. Press the hands forward. Inhale, come up. And drop the right arm. And come back up. And drop the left arm. And come back up. And both arms open. And let's go ahead and move the mat out of the way. We're going to roll down one more time before we finish this evening. Feet are right underneath again. Make sure Look down at your feet. Let's do the shoulders again. Shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, big toe. See if they're lined up. And then bend the knees, roll it up. And we're going to roll down for real now. That was the dress rehearsal. Here we go. Breathe in. Exhale, chin to the chest, and roll down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if your flexibility has improved. See if more of your feet are on the floor. Bend the knees, roll up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you could do one more chat, let me know, how does your body feel right now? That would be great. You might have more energy. You might have less energy. You might feel more grounded. You might, I don't know. But I can guarantee you'll sleep pretty good today and you'll have more energy tomorrow. And if you had the opportunity, I would suggest to do something physical tonight. Maybe where you're at, it's not 8:30 at night, but even if it's just a little bit of ballet or a little bit of yoga or Tabata. Nancy, what is it that you teach? Tabata? Okay, maybe do a little bit of that and just see how you feel. Because if you're gonna, obviously we've made a difference. So let's see. Feels rejuvenated. Thank you, Nancy. More energy, Sylvia. Awesome. And Amelia, open. Oh, that's wonderful. Yay, good. Less aches and pain. A shot of energy. Oh, very good, very good. So I'm glad that y'all came tonight. I'm Karen Wells. I have 2 companies, Melt Atlanta or KBW Move Well. I do private lessons. I do group lessons for you. You have to get your group and then I'll come and do something for you. I'm doing a lot of things virtually and that's pretty much it. I'm on Facebook, Karen B. Wells. I'm on Instagram, Karen Beth Wells. I'm on LinkedIn, Karen B. Wells. And mainly a lot of people know me because I help them get rid of pain. So if you know someone that's had injuries and they're finished with physical therapy, please send them my way. That's usually my clients that have gone through a rough time and they're ready to align their body and have more energy, feel better. And then the Pilates work obviously is working on the core and the yoga as well and the breathing. And we're in a stressful world, so I help to erase that stress and get rid of the stress. So I don't know, Melissa, if we have any time for questions. It's 8:30.
It's 8:33. I actually have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So if I am a high school dancer, when would I utilize the myofascial release? Would I do that before class or as a recovery, or does it matter?
Both. Before class, because like you notice, like if everybody stands up for a second and come on into like a plie and just bend your knees and come back up and take the arms in front and open, or we're going to go forward and then roll up and open and come down. So how does that feel? It should feel pretty good.
Yeah, good.
So what we did is it's like tuning up your body before you do an activity, okay. Right? That's why in the, we didn't do tapping today. There's a whole thing that I do with the tapping as well. If we had an hour and a half, I would have done a lot more things. And with bands and balls, the bender ball, that's why you see athletes over on the side doing all this tapping thing. It's to hydrate the connective tissue and get their bodies not to get cold. And then they get in there and they do their activity. So for the high school kids, for all the kids, and especially I've had a lot of ballet teachers and dance teachers come and do private sessions with me. And I've given them things to do because they're achy and they're teaching 5 hours, 6 hours a day. And I've given them things to do for them. And they do those things in their classes. So their students feel great and they feel great. So at the end of the day, they're not exhausted and their feet don't hurt. And that's
So if I'm a dancer, like grab a tennis ball, keep it in my dance bag. And maybe if like before I change my shoes, I'm rolling it out a couple times, going from, you know, the big toe to the little, to the arch, to the heel, before I change my shoes, just to get in a little bit of that release.
Exactly.
Perfect.
And stability, mobility, hydration, balance, all of that.
Beautiful. Love it.
The more you do it, the more energy you're going to have, and you'll be like, oh my God, I'm addicted to this. Why didn't I do this years ago?
Yeah. And such an easy tool to have in your dance bag is throw a little tennis ball in there.
Exactly. And the melt method, we have little balls, and it's more intense. And there's more to it. There's also a hand treatment that we do as well.
Very cool. Does anyone else have any questions that they'd like to ask Erin? I want to be respectful of time, so maybe just a couple.
I was just going to say it's kind of a testimony. I met Karen through a group class, and then afterwards I suffered an Achilles tendon rupture, a full rupture, and went through physical therapy, and I was still having some pain and kind of limping, and that was not cute. And she had been talking to me about doing a personal, a one-on-one session, and I have been pain-free ever since, and it's just been amazing.
Great. Thanks for sharing.
Is that Dana talking?
Yes.
Yes, it's me.
Okay.
Yes.
I can't see you, but I'm glad that you're here.
I'm here. I'm just outside. I didn't know if you could see me.
Beautiful. Good. Yeah. Well, it's nice to have a face with the words coming out, because I couldn't tell who was talking. So thank you, Dana.
You're welcome. No, thank you.
Awesome. Well,
Nancy, this is the first time you tried this with me. How are you feeling? Mike, we can't hear you.
I really enjoyed that. I loved the tennis ball underneath the glutes. That was amazing. That was a great myofascial release. Thank you so much.
yes.
You're so welcome. And Nancy, what city are you in?
Boston.
Boston. So good. All the way from Boston, she got to feel good. And
Thank you so much, Karen.
You're so welcome. Nancy's in a mentoring group that I'm in. And I invited my mentoring group to come, and Janie was here earlier too. So it's nice, because sometimes when you can talk about something, it's different than when you can actually feel it. So I'm grateful that you came tonight, and grateful that Dana came as well, and everybody that came. Thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully we'll do it again sometime.
Thank you. It was a treat.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope everyone has an amazing evening.